What's up, YouTube? This is Rampage. I'm here with Jordon Vic and his Fabled deck. I think this deck's gonna be one of the fastest decks in the format. Once the format really slows down, next format, yeah. So let's get this started.
Alright, so start out with 3 Fabled Chawas. He's one of your main Fableds. Use his effect to discard a Fabled to special summon him. You mainly go into your rank 4s, level 4s or level 5s with him. 3 Ganashias. When he's discarded and you special summon him, he gains 200 attacks, so he's an 1800 meter. And then he's banished when he leaves the field. You can overlay for rank 3s, but you can mainly sink into level 4s or level 5s with him. 3 Fabled Cerebro. Just discard, special summon him. He's a 2-star tuner.
Just a quick question about the Ganache, the other one.
Yeah, what about?
Would you run like Light Ray Greffer because you banished them? I know ran some other Light Rays in this deck, which I'm not Light Ray Greffer.
I'll explain.
Yeah,
So,
I meant Light Ray Sorcerer.
when I go through my build, I'll tell you.
Alright.
3 Fabled Grimrow. She's your basic searcher. While you control a Fabled, you can discard or send her from your hand to the grave to search for another Fabled except herself. Helps you search out what you need and add to your hand. Keeps consistency. 2 Fabled Crews. The reason why 3, not 3, is because it's a dead draw. 2 just makes it the best, at its best as right now. If that doesn't make sense, but
it's a reborn for Fables, isn't it?
Basically, yeah. You discard a Fable and you discard her. You can target a Fable in your grave, special summon it. So what I like to do is discard, use Fable Chawas effect, discard Cruise, then special the Fable Grimrow with Cruise's effect. You do need to have another Fable target in the grave for her effect to go off. The 1 Fabled Koshano. I might put the tour guides back in because he is a tour guide target, and then I can just quickly dump it into the grave.
All your 3s are tour guide targets.
Yes. You should run him only at 1. 3's too many, because you can just recycle him from your graveyard at 1. And then you can almost summon he's a 3-star tuner. The 1 Fabled Raven, you don't need to run 2 because he dumps your hand really fast. You discard any number of Fables from your hand, or any number of cards, and he gains 1 level. And 400 attack for each one, so you can become a hefty beater plus a big star for it. Alright, so that ends the Fabled. For the other monsters, I run 2 Silent Snipers.
Snipe Hunter.
Snipe Hunters.
Is this a tech of yours, or this run a lot of?
A lot of Fables run Snipe Hunter because it's got the destruction factor, but it's also got the discard. At 2, 3's too many.
Clogs your hand.
It clogs your hand, yeah. Now, in my old build, I used to run 2 Trickies, but 1's more consistent to me. You discard a card and special summon it, it's always a 5-star, and if you have level 2s with, the Fabled Cerberals, you can go into 6s or 7s. The 1 Morphing Jar, I'll explain Morphing Jar a little bit later, because it's a really good combo.
I don't think you need to, it's pretty obvious, just flip it up, you drop your entire hand, you blow everything, you draw 5.
Yep. So for the Light Rays, I run 2 Daedalus and 1 Diablos. I recently put these in. Your graveyard fills up light so fast because of your Fabled when you're discarding. You can just bring this out. He's a 2600 beater. Sometimes in First Thing Dark Worlds, I pop their gateway and then I pop 2 back row.
Is that a 7?
Huh?
It's a 7, isn't it?
It's a 7, yeah.
Have you ever tried running anything like Big Eye, Draco Sack, stuff like that?
I don't have the money to get them, but if I had
Master of Blades?
Master of Blades, yes, I could run Master of Blades. Sometimes I don't draw them often enough, so it would be pretty much dead at the same time I would be able to bring it out. The 1 Diablos, when you can banish a light from your grave, you have plenty of light targets in this deck. Target a set card, and then they reveal it. You can shuffle it into the bottom or the top of the deck. And it's used at 2800, it's pretty big. The 1 Ust, you're running lots of lights, so why not just run it? And the 1 Gorse, just for added support. That ends the monsters. Now we'll run into spells. The 2 Drag Down. 3, for me it's too many. Because with Fableds, you want to discard them with their own effects, not by other effects. You'll get more power that way. Just what I explained, like the Fabled Cerebral, you can only discard him and himself. You'll get more power that way out. Swarm faster. But this helps you discard whatever you need from your opponent's hand. The 1 Pot of Avarice, you're running lots of monsters. There's I think, at least over 28 monsters, so you need a Pot of Avarice to recycle your graveyard. The 1 Lightning Vortex, a little quick add-on to the Fables. If there's a cost for a card, they get their effect. Any effect that's discards for a cost. Unlike the Dark Worlds, because there's a certain ruling on them. But with Fables, they're the only aggro type in the Yu-Gi-Oh! That has the effect where you can discard as a cost for their effect to activate. 1 card destruction, self-explanatory. 2 MST, 3 I don't really run. I don't really have a fear of
This is the
aggro.
control build. Control builds run 3.
So, the 1 Monster Reborn, self-explanatory, and the 1 Heavy Storm. So.
Why no Dark Hole?
I want to keep my Fables on the field as more as possible.
Well, then what if you don't have any Fables and you're dead drawing?
Then
and
I'll
your
run the
opponent
Dark
has a
Hole.
huge field.
So, but right now, this is still in the works because I'm still testing.
I'm wondering, why don't you run Dark World Dealings?
Dark World Dealings. A lot of people have ran Dark World Dealings. It's like self-explanatory what I just said, that you don't want to discard them by using
I know, but it gets you
hefty
more
draw
draw
power.
power into your deck.
Yeah, I know, but you want to focus on just discarding them by their own effects. You'll get more swarm by that way.
Okay.
So, Traps, rerun 3, roll to create. Mine is an offensive build, so it powers up your plays, and you'll never have to have a dead hand because you always keep drawing your Fabled, and you'll need to discard and special summon your Synchros. So, the 2 Raigeki break, self-explanatory, discard, pop a card, so discard Ganache, it gets a summon, and you get to pop a card for free. It's pretty +1. And then the 1 Beckoning Light. You discard your hand and add any number of light monsters from your hand. I might check this out because I want to keep sometimes my lights in my grave, but for my light rays. If I have cards that I don't need in my hand, then I'll discard it. I might just side this out and put in a 3rd Raigeki break for added destruction.
Just a comment from me right here. Just if I was going to build this deck, which I actually have most of the cards to build it, I would probably take out a Snipe Hunters and Trickies for a playset of Dark World Dealings. Just my own thing.
Okay.
Continue with your deck.
For extra deck, rerun 2, Troll Nicors.
Trolling the chords.
Yep.
Unicorns, and they get everything, and it's just supposed to be 3, basically.
I really don't know why this card is at 50 cents. My opinion, it should be at $5 because...
Alright, well here's 50 cents and I'll take this.
No. Okay. So, why I love this card so much is it's super easy to bring out. And
here's some euros.
With Fables, it's super easy to bring out. Stop ruining the video. Basically, when you and your opponent have the same number of cards in both players' hands, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, it's instantly negated and destroyed. This can stop counter traps, and it...
Solemn Judgment?
Solemn Judgment. It can stop any counter trap, any card effect, anything. Because it's a continuous effect.
How are you going to get the hand? Like, if you're at 4 cards and you're at 3, how are you going to be able to discard the cards from your hand?
Because that's when I come into the play where I just told you, Morphing Jar. What I love about Morphing Jar is that we both have the same number of cards in our hands. And then I can just attack for 2,300. My rest of my Fables can attack for a straight game because we both have the same number. They can't activate anything on their field. What's also funny is if I have 3 cards and they have 4 cards, and it's their turn, I still have Unicorn out. They play the Dark Hole, instantly negated because we both have the same number of cards.
Yeah.
So
that nigga be OP.
Yep. That's why I run 2. 3 is too many. It's clogs. You don't really bring out a 3rd.
What do you mean it clogs? How does it? Well,
clogs the extra deck. You don't need to.
I need that card.
3.
I need the card for like every single one of my decks. I don't have one.
Sorry. Armory Arm puts in work. If you can get Armory Arm plus Fabled Troll in the card, it'd be amazing. The 3 Raging for draw power. You need to run 3. I mean, you bring it out pretty fast because you make level 5s pretty easy in this deck. You get your draw power. If you have no cards in your hand,
isn't it when it's summoned you discard 1, draw 2?
No. If you have no cards in your hand, you can draw up to 2. So if you have 1 card in your hand, you can draw 1.
So then you draw your 2, you drop them and synchro for again, draw 2.
This whole deck is draw power. So the 1 TJ Hyperlibrarian because you synchro a lot, so extra draw power. The 1 Gaia, self-explanatory. 1 Iron Chain, it's another 6 target. I like its effect. Just use its first effect. When it inflicts battle damage, they mill the top 3 cards of their deck. The 1 Fabled Valkyrus, it's actually a pretty pricey card. I never knew it would be. Once per turn, you can discard a Fabled monster and draw 1 card. So,
never seen this card.
are Fiend type. So I can discard my Kushono, get a free draw. I get the Kushono engraved for later.
Really quick. Thank you.
For level 8s, which was the Fabled level 8, we run the Crimson Blader. Stops Mermail, stops big. Stops.
Gonna be virtually the useless one.
Yeah,
Next
stops
format.
evil dragons and everything.
Evil Drag.
Yeah. One Scrap Dragon.
Yep.
Yep. And one Stardust. That's basically the deck.
That the guy behind the camera still owes him.
A little also advice. Oh yeah, and the one Mace Stroke, just because I have like 5 targets for that, but just in case I need to run it. And then the one Zen Mains because I have the Ganashias. A little advice is that Fableds are a synchro deck. They are not technically supposed to be overlaid. You know, because
You can overlay them.
don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Time to
Alright,
actually overlay.
yeah, so that's a deck. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you very much, Jordan. Thank you very much, Jordan.